Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got this lovely Hohner Basset and it's got a few issues, and the first one is a badge that's falling off. This is rumoured to be the first solid state synthesizer, though that depends on what you define a synthesizer is. Released in 1960. Anyway, the first thing I noticed is this is yellow. I don't think they ever released a yellow version. It was originally grey, but I guess 65 years has done that to this. But yeah, the badge is loose. We also have some dials that just seem to spin and spin, which isn't ideal. So I plan to try and get this working again, and hopefully there's nothing major up with it. Though we really don't know. On the rear we've got these old looking connectors, and these are not a standard that I'm used to, so we need to change these to be a bit more modern. But yeah, we need to modernise this. This is the plug I'm going to put in, and this has got a fuse built in, so that's a little extra layer of protection. It's about the same size as well, so it shouldn't cause too much disruption, adding this to the synth. Oh yeah, and there's one more thing. When I pick up the unit and give it a little shake, there's something big moving around inside. But yeah, let's get the screws out, and you can already see the original grey colour under that screw. Not ideal. So I really do hope it's salvable. But yeah, inside it does just look to be this block of wood. We can glue that in fairly easy. And inside, yeah, it's very dusty. But that's kind of good. I suppose it looks like nobody else has been here. So it's kind of in an original condition, which is really ideal for when you come to fix something. There's lots of wires, but these are all nicely colour coded, so they're easy enough to follow about. There's nothing glaringly obvious wrong on the inside, no loose wires, no broken solder. It looks in pretty good condition, to be fair. Having a look at the electrical components once more, there's nothing jumps out to me as something burnt out, damaged. And one thing with electrical components is a lot of the time they do give you clues, visual clues that show that something is broken. But I think in this case it's just a lot of dirt. A lot of my projects do involve cleaning, and it is kind of rewarding. It is pretty grubby. But this cleaning does give it the best chance of surviving for another 65 years or so. But yeah, I'm going to save you the details and skip over cleaning it all. Now, I did think that maybe this pot was broken and I was going to struggle to find it because it's kind of a switch pot. But thankfully, it's just loose. So we've tightened up the knob and that seems to work perfectly fine now. Inside I did find this loose aluminium strip, and it looks like it went along the front, so we're just going to glue that back where we can see the glue mark. I guess this is just to strengthen the unit, so in case you bump the front, it gives that plastic a bit of reinforcement. I'm going to use some contact adhesive to reattach it, because that's kind of a bit more rubbery and shock absorbent than say like a harder setting glue. Should be a lot more forgiving and ideal for this application. But yeah, apologise for all the wobbly shots here. I'm trying to film and glue. Gluing's bad enough by itself, you know, especially with someone watching and while holding the camera. But yeah. Oh yeah, and focusing. Oh man. Bit of a shambles this video. Anyways, same treatment for the badge. I'm trying not to use too much glue just in case any of it squeezes out the sides. But of course a little bit does. We can tie that up now before it sets. Let's get this plugged in and see what it does. So let's plug in a cable and plug in a power lead and switch it on. We've got a little red light. That's a good sign. And then let's set it to a sine wave and press the keys. It's kind of got a little bit of its own charm to it. And let's try the saw wave. That's a much fatter sounding sound. So one thing I've been really thinking about is, what does this percussion sound do? So that seems to actually control the envelope of the wave. I was expecting it to add a little bit of white noise at the beginning, but I suppose that's more of a modern way of looking at percussion. But yeah, this unit's really basic, but I think there is a certain charm to the sound it creates. If you do, you can have a trial of this instrument. Well, I've created a set of recordings of all the keys and created a piano book sample instrument. So that's free to download and have a go of. There's a link in the description, how to get piano book, and it uses Decent Sampler, once more a free bit of software that allows you to play these instruments. So completely free, you can have a go at this bass synthesizer, and yeah, do have a go trying to incorporate it into one of your productions. And if you do, put it in the links here, and I'll try and pin it. It'd be interesting how these samples actually get used in real life. But if you do use it, or if you do enjoy it, or just enjoyed this video and got this far, please do like the video and subscribe. It makes a huge difference. I really want to grow this channel and see what I can do. Every small step forward is going to be a big step forward. I don't know. And every subscription and like really helps it grow that little bit more. Anyways, thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.